They actually know when we're live or when we're
We got to
not.
wait for those. We got to wait for that first comment. First comment, you're going to win a free Saquon Barkley autograph if you can get it. If you can meet Saquon and convince him to give you his autograph, then you can get a free Saquon.
Let's see, are people jumping in? All right, I think we are. All right, here we are.
All right, there it is. Gary came back. Take us there, Marco.
All right, I think we are up. I think we are live. Welcome to the Bleed Big Blue podcast. It's been a little bit. My name is Marco. You have Will
What's
Presti.
up, everybody?
Will Presti at Bleed Big Blue. Bleeds Big Blue, actually. We try to do this weekly. Hasn't happened. I've been.
Why
We've.
hasn't it happened, you big hero? Go ahead. I'll tell it so you don't have to tell it. He's been saving lives in the hospital. That's why. I've been sitting here on my ass, too lazy to shave,
Yeah.
and, worrying about toilet paper, and this guy's out there saving lives. So,
Well, yes,
thank you.
I've been in healthcare mode, and that's been
Awesome stuff.
the majority of what's been going on. But there's still Giants to talk about. Marco, you here? Shut up, man. Just shut up, everyone. And it's good
Yeah,
to
we got
talk Giants football and get our minds out of it.
we got a ton to talk about, bro.
Yeah,
We need to do this a few times in the next 2 weeks because
I
draft is
know.
coming up. And unfortunately, I never cared about the draft my entire life, ever.
Hmm.
And now the
Hmm.
Giants have sucked 3 years in a row. It's all I do is draft now because it matters to us now,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah,
you didn't care when you were
absolutely.
drafting number 20 or number 24. But, you know, got a lot, got a lot to cover. I got a new draft crush. Yeah, these guys are already stealing my jokes here. Should we get right to it? The digital draft. Let me
People see
tell
me
you.
laughing with no obvious joke. They're like, "Why is he laughing?" Because the comment section is.
Let me tell you. My tease for this episode was I'm going to tell you how Chase Young is going to fall to the Giants, and we're still not going to get him. And Marco, I'm going to tell you right now how that's going to happen
I know. I
because
exactly know how it's going to have.
everything's going to fall into place.
Hmm.
Burrow's going to go to the Bengals. The Redskins are going to take Tua. Everyone's going to
Hmm.
freak out. Okay,
Hmm.
Detroit's going to trade the pick to Chargers. The Chargers are going to grab Herbert, and there's going to be Chase Young packing his bags to come to New
Hmm.
York. Okay, but the reason we're not going to get him is because we're having a virtual draft, and because
Exactly.
Dave Gettleman will not be able to remember his Wi-Fi password. And he'll be going like this, and honey, was it clam chowder with an A or an AH? And it's gonna just go by, and we're gonna miss out. Or he'll be trying to shove a CD, like a CD, like a floppy disk, into his phone somehow, maybe a thumb drive. The four computer folk, where are they going to
it's,
be
it's going
with
to
the
be a nightmare.
software? Because Marco, they have the software. Gettleman never said he had the software. He
Correct.
said we have
Correct.
four computer folk and software. So
Hmm.
I'm worried that they're not going to be able, because they're isolating. They're not going to be able to bring the software to Gettleman where he is now. And that's what I'm concerned about. He's gonna put his Chase Young, and he's gonna push the wrong button, and we're gonna end up taking like Kenny Weleckis in the first round.
It's going to be number one. He's going to have his setting on auto draft, and it's just going to take his cockamamie draft list, or early in the day, because when this whole the speculation came out about teams are going to try to tamper with each other and hack the systems and stuff like that.
The Patriots.
Right. I was like, basically,
No.
I was like, what is the chances? I tweeted, I thought it was pretty funny that Gettleman's password is actually QWERTY. People don't.
Absolutely. It's absolutely
I
true, dude.
I
He
this I saw multiple reports that teams are really worried that a bunch of teams are going to go horrible.
In what way, really? Trying to hack into what? Like teams quarterback. I love that, Stanley. Um, wait a minute. So, is it going to be the Zoom thing that he's on with his fellow coaches that people are going to hack into that? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't know what the actual system that they're going to implement. Most likely, they're going to have like some video conferencing with each other, and then Gettleman would have to call in or video conference into like the commissioner or whoever's like running that part of it. I don't know. This is a whole new world.
Yeah. So, but what is the thing that's going to get hacked? That someone's going to like switch your pick at the last second or something, or that they're going to listen into your calls with your own coaches?
Right. They'll get into your computer and listen to what you guys are going through on your stream or anything like that.
Yeah. I'm noticing, Marco, on the right side of my screen here, stream output, we're kind of frozen. Is that normal?
I think it's going all good.
Okay, it's going good. So listen, Gettleman's dog is going to run off with his phone and just start picking different things, trading up, trading back. I mean, it's going to be. I don't trust this process in one bit, dude.
What is Dave Gettleman's dog's name? Is it?
Oh, it's Daniel Jones Jr. Like Roy Jones Jr. is little Danny. But so, dude, the draft is coming up. Do you think it hurts the Giants that there's not a room full of people helping Gettleman out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even if I had a lot of confidence going in with him, prior to the draft, like if I thought he was an actual competent GM, I would still be worried. Me thinking he's a mediocre GM is really worrying, considering I know that he's not on par with, how everything's going. And are they going to give you extra time to get your pick in, or is this like a scramble? Or I don't know. Say something where he can't figure it out, or his internet drops, or just something that normally could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's kind of wild. Are they going to get the 15 minutes? How's it going to be televised? I mean, is Goodell going to walk out? I still want to see the stage and Goodell walk out. And I know there's not going to be people there, but I want to see some kind of presentation, right?
I know. I guess the stage would be okay and 1 or 2 people there. But did you see WrestleMania? It's kind of a little awkward, no?
I didn't see WrestleMania. I saw Gronk win the 24/7 champion. And actually, do you know Scott Stanford?
Yes.
Scott Stanford, he's a WWE guy, NBC guy. I was actually texting with him last night about WWE a little bit. And
name drop, right? Just throw that one.
I got to know him. I interviewed him on one of my other show, the Nosebleeds, but he's a good dude. But I'm seeing here, someone just said, I can't scroll up here, but somebody said Andrew Thomas to the Giants. It's so funny how these guys are fluctuating, these offensive linemen. But wait, I got to talk about my new crush.
Oh, wait, go back.
No, not Scott.
Go back. He's good looking. He's a handsome man.
He's a good looking guy,
But
but it's not like that.
He was in the 80s and 90s, right? With the WWE?
No, he's with them now. You might be thinking of somebody else. He wasn't back in the 80s and 90s. He's been with like NBC Sports for a long time. He's done a few different networks, and he is with WWE right now. Yeah, he does like what like Gene Okerlund used to do, that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I remember him being.
I don't think he was back at it that long, but all right. But the Boneyard match is awesome. But listen, all right. So everyone's saying Simmons. Everyone's saying Simmons are an offensive tackle. I'm not seeing anybody else say anything other than Simmons are an offensive tackle. All the people. Excuse me, I'm drinking some seltzer water and it's getting to me a little bit. All seltzer water. All anybody's saying is offensive tackle. And
I should have some seltzer water.
No one's talking wide receiver anymore. No one's talking anything else. Although, with Gettleman, he's probably just going to bring in an interior defensive lineman. Are you still on the Okudah train?
I love Akuda, but with my whole QWERTY joke earlier, people started putting in their Gettleman passwords, and one of them was DT's forever. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, hit us with your Gettleman. What do you think Gettleman's password is? The sad thing is, within 3 guesses, we'll have it.
I like Akuda. There was a guy on Twitter. Oh, he did like a really great breakdown of Simmons, Okuda, of like the top 3 or 4 guys that I saw. I'm impressed with all, honestly. I don't think
Epinesa. I got someone saying Espenza. Obviously, I mean Epinesa. He doesn't fit the Giants. He's a 4-3 big bear of a defensive end. He'll end up being he's a great 4-3 DN, but for the Giants, he would be an interior defensive lineman, which they don't really need. He's not versatile enough to play that outside spot. So I don't think he's a fit for the Giants D. But you would still. Who would your? We change all the time. Who is your pick of choice?
Last time,
no, you were Okudah.
I was Okudah, but
you were Okudah. Where are you at now?
But since we got what's his name, Bradbury, I don't doubt they would go Okudah if he was
not. Who do you think? Who do you want?
Oh man, I wanted Okudah. Now I think the best move for the Giants is trade down and get
trade down and what?
Get a tackle.
So you're not going Okudah. I mean, not going Simmons.
If he is there, I don't think he would be there depending where they trade down. If they trade down to 6, he might be there.
He'll be there at 6.
If they trade down to like 9, he's probably not going to be there.
Probably not, but I wouldn't want to trade that far down anyway. Cesar Ruiz would like that. Yeah, Hog Mollies, Giants better draft Andrew Thomas. I've always been on the Andrew Thomas train.
Yeah, I think that's where I would go. I think Becton is a beast, though, man. He's a big guy, but, I have PTSD with, Eric Flowers.
I know. I think, as we talked about, those 4 guys, Thomas is the best right now. People look at Wirfs and Becton and some of those guys having more potentially. So some people say, well, Andrew Thomas is like what, Flowers was. He was all, he had all the skills, this and that, but didn't have the potential to grow in the NFL. I think he's better than that. I think, you know what it is, Marco? Andrew Thomas was the very, very top of everybody's list for so long. Mm-hmm. He was at the top of the list all year. Yeah. And I think people are kind of looking for reasons subconsciously to make him not be that guy, because you need argument. You need, everybody wants to say, I don't know, have you seen this guy? Tristan Wirfs, Becton. All of a sudden I'm hearing Isaiah Wilson, the right tackle from Georgia, right? That he's going to be in the top, the first round all of a sudden. Or was he Ohio State? I think he's Georgia. So I just think that Thomas is probably the best offensive tackle in the class. Wirfs I would probably take next. Wirfs or Wills. Becton would be 4th at best for me. He's got a rough pass rush grade. Nick Gates, people asking about Gates. I don't know enough about the guy, but I guess I don't think. Here's one I want to talk to you about, Marco, because I know you like DBs, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think the Giants should take a DB
at all
in the first 4 rounds, unless a great value presents itself. Because the way I see it, and I'm not the most patient fan, but you got Peppers, who's fine.
Right.
You got Bradbury, who's good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. And then there's only 2 or 3 other spots, depending on the defense that you're running. And you've invested so much in young D-backs the last 2-3 years, right? Mm-hmm. So you got Baker. He had a rough year, but he's the first D-back off the board last year, the entire draft, right? So you got to at least see how that plays out. You're reading comments. You're just like beyond any knowledge that I'm dropping on you right now.
I'm
what are we laughing at?
Someone said we should draft.
If Young and Simmons are there, you take it the OT.
see,
No,
see,
aren't there. They mean
you didn't get the Rikishi drop right there.
we should pick up Rikishi. I know who Rikishi is.
See, this is a person who's listening to the show.
Yeah, it's a person. Oh, yeah, very good. Who is good second round pick for offensive tackle? You'd hope to get Josh Jones.
Thank you, David Jr.
You would hope in the second round to get Josh Jones. I don't know about this Cleveland guy. I think Jones is the guy you're hoping you can grab in the second. Austin Jackson, we've talked about him before. He was a first rounder in everybody's mind. Then he got lit up by Epinesa, and all of a sudden he's trash. Nobody wants him. He's a second rounder. So I don't know. Maybe him.
Wait, we're not even done with the first round.
But so you've got enough young guys, and I hate when Gettleman says we got to see how fast, how the puppies come along. I hate when he says that. But realistically, do you agree though? Like with Peppers and Bradbury in place, and between Beal and Ballantyne and Love, who came into his own a little bit late at a safety position, and with DeAndre Baker, you've kind of got to give those guys a year, right? I mean, those guys are 22, 23 years old. I don't think they have so many more needs. Here's my final sentence on those guys. You don't know what you have with them. You know what you have at tackle and center and edge, and it ain't good. Address that.
That's true. But what are we really expecting from Corey Ballantyne? What was he, 6th, 7th round pick? Mm-hmm. What have teams from Sam Beal? IR after IR after IR. Julius Peppers is a good safety. All right, we got that. Baker played decent, not amazing. When they were letting him play more of a press type, he was doing much better. I think there's potential there. Jenkins is gone. Julian Love, what do we really got there? I'm not really sure. Is he going to be free safety? Or is he going to go back to DB? There are a lot of question marks. Too many for a positional group. That's why I thought maybe if they would go, if Okudah was there, maybe he's a dynamite player. He might be a really, really good type corner.
Yeah, that's fair, but they're just so young, man. Because let's say Baker is good and is a first-round pick type of guy, and then let's say Love was on everybody's list as a guy who was one of the best values in the draft because they thought he was going to go much earlier than he did. So all of a sudden, if you've got Baker and Love and Bradbury and Peppers, that's a young, good defensive backfield, and I just think you have to at least give that a year. If the Giants were a better team all the way around, I'd say forget it. Mm-hmm. But because they have so many damn holes, you got to protect, you got to get a rush. Plus, don't forget, I've always said this, a pass rush can make a defensive backfield look good. Right?
Very, very true. Very true.
Did we have issues with the 2007 or the 2011 defensive backfield? No. Were they that good? Not really, but we had a great pass rush, so they sufficed.
Right. No, I agree. And when going back to your original point about the offensive line, they're not good, and we know what we have. We were still able to score points. That's the bottom line. They were good enough that we were able to score points. We couldn't stop anything.
Yeah, which is why I want to invest in a pass rush and a middle linebacker who can run with tight ends and.
And what'd you say, linebacker?
I didn't say Simmons. I didn't say Simmons is the game changer everybody thinks he is. Dude, I had a guy try to fight me on Twitter because he's like, how could you not want Simmons at 4? He literally broke every single combine record in the history of the combine. And I looked it up and I'm like, he only came in first place in one linebacker combine position this year. He didn't have the highest vertical. He didn't have the longest broad jump. He won the 40.
Stop with your fake news.
No, honestly, this guy's telling me he had the greatest combine of all time. Yeah, he's fast.
He won everything.
He set the record for every single thing. I'm like, where are you getting this from?
People believe what they want to believe.
All right, let's do some questions here. What do we got? If Jones is the truth, he'll cover up a lot of online O-line issues. Nah, but you shouldn't have to this early. Corey Webster was locked down. Not true. Corey Webster got killed
Good.
and ridiculed in the beginning of that 2007 season. Marco, how come you and James are down on Simmons at 4? They're asking you why you're down on Simmons? Boy, they must not know me well.
I am not down on Simmons on 4. I would like him at 6. I think the move is a trade back though. And
You,
I think if we were lucky and say we trade back to probably 6, I think he's still there.
yeah, he will be there.
Because who comes at that means Miami comes up, right?
Miami, the Chargers, the Panthers.
5.
What's up?
Miami has a million picks. If they want to move up one just to
Right.
get or something like that.
So that's where I think the Giants can get a free pick.
Right. I'm not greedy.
Great.
I'm not being greedy looking for like 12 picks, 12 first round picks. Even if we move one spot just to get an extra first, that'd be amazing.
You wouldn't get the extra first probably to move one spot, but I think if you traded with Miami, you could probably get number 56. If you traded with the Chargers, you could probably get number 71. I think, and those are just free picks because they're not going to take anyone that you're looking for. So you're literally moving back, and all you're doing by moving back is literally gaining the pick that you lost, taking a look at Leonard Williams, and it changes everything. If you add another mid-draft, like a second rounder or a third rounder, all of a sudden you're looking at bringing in, a Cushenberry, or you're looking at bringing in a Chase Claypool or one of these kinds of guys.
So here's a scenario that Stanley's bringing up that I've been talking to a bunch of people about.
What do you got?
So is there any scenario where we trade for Yannick Ngakoue? And originally I said there's no way I'm giving up a first. No way I'm giving up a top tier pick for him.
Right.
But thinking about it, he would probably be, I would think he would be the best pass rush available out of all the guys that are in the draft currently.
Not Chase Young.
Well, he's not going to be there at 4. I mean, unless it's heavens open up.
Well, I think Yannick is on level.
Would you give up the 4th, go back to 9, and you get Yannick?
Yeah.
I would do it too.
Yeah, of course, because then you're getting a top D end. You can grab your lineman. You'll get one of the top 4 linemen at 9.
Mm-hmm. And you probably have to sweeten the deal because I don't think they would do that straight up just to move that. You would probably have to give him one of
You'd
the.
have to give like a second next year.
You think that high?
I saw that on Twitter today. Somebody was talking about doing a move like that. If you gave up, what was it? I can't remember even what it was. Someone named Sean had asked me who my preferred pick is. I want to trade back and an offensive lineman, but it's kind of wishful thinking because I would only do that if we can get a really good defensive player at 36, somebody like a Bond or a YGM or a Murray or, Queen or something like that. And I'm not sure that's going to happen. So
my wife is texting me. Ready? Yeah. It's the darkest cast I've ever seen. They can't see you. I'm in mystery. Okay.
Hi, Mrs. Marco.
Yeah.
Trading a 2021 first-round pick and Solder for Yannick. I wouldn't trade my only first-round pick in a draft for Yannick, probably. I mean, he's legit. Oh my God. But he's not like... He's so sort of teased and tantalized by what a first-round pick could be. It's a tough give-up. But have I told you about my new crush?
Let me hear it.
My new edge rusher crush is a man by the name of Jonathan Greenard or Greenard. You know
Hmm.
about him?
I do not. I'm gonna look him up
My
as you.
boy from Florida. All right. So I do a little thing for all of our listeners out there or viewers out there, where I look at tackles for a loss plus sacks per game. That's a stat that I love when I'm looking at edge rushers. I like to see how much havoc they're causing in the background, how many tackles for a loss and how many sacks they're averaging per game. And then I take
Hmm.
that and I look at the strength of schedule that they played against that year. And I try to figure out, because, certain guys could have a huge number, but they played against the 73rd ranked strength of schedule and it's not as impressive, right? And when I do that, and I got all my edge grades here, I might whip this out real quick of where I have everybody, who my edges are. When you do that, sacks plus tackles for a loss per game. All right, Marco.
Go ahead.
Chase Young leads everybody with 3.13 this past year. And that's playing against the
Hmm.
hardest schedule in college. So that's just legit. 3.13 tackles for a loss plus sacks per game. Next up, you're looking at where is he at? You're looking at this kid Highsmith, but he plays from Charlotte. And so what kind of competition are they looking at? But after that, it's Greenard and Weaver with 2.36 tackles for a loss plus sacks per game. And Weaver's going up against the 73rd strength of schedule, whereas Greenard is going up against the 10th strength of schedule. So that's very, very impressive. So when you look at Zach Bond, he's at 2.29 going up against the 5th hardest schedule. Greenard is
Hmm.
2.36 going up against the 10th hardest schedule. So and then I looked at his
What
combine,
what school did he play for?
Florida, University of Florida. And so, I'm looking at him, dude. Like certain guys just aren't sexy to certain, recruiters for whatever reason. And I like guys that can get it done and that actually have the stats. Like a guy like Aquara from Notre Dame. People love this
Hmm.
guy. He looks the part. He's athletic. It's Notre Dame, this and that. But you look at his numbers, and they're pretty poor. He doesn't really do anything. And so I'd rather have a guy that produces. Look at what was his name last year, Rashawn Gary, right? Everybody said, oh, he looks the part, he's explosive, all this stuff, but he just didn't have the numbers. And what did he do this year? I don't know. Did he get hurt? I think I don't know. I'm not sure he's ever going to be a factor.
All right, so we got Jonathan Grenard. The numbers are 6'3". This is according to Wikipedia. 6'3", 263. Played for Louisville 2015, 2018. Went to Florida 2019.
Hmm.
Bowl game, bowl, Orange Bowl. Graduate student, so maybe he has some brains with him. I like a good smart player.
Giants
I
have
I'm not the biggest college guy. I'm like way too busy to like be going in depths on like a whole bunch of positions. But yeah, I'll definitely look him up after.
I'm telling you, he cracks my top five now.
Top five.
Top five edge defenders. You froze on me.
Where are you selecting him? Like how quick, how high you think
Well,
he is?
mid second round, I think is his value.
Second.
Um, what was I going to say? I would trade back with the Chargers for a second, send the 37th overall pick to the Redskins for Trent Williams. That's a lot of math for me. You want to take care of that one from Justin Argonato?
Wait.
I'm just joking around with his name there. Argero. Jonathan Greenard, my boy. I like him.
Like I
AGG
was.
from Liberty, wide receiver. Oh, Golden Gandy? Gandon Goldie, whatever his name is. Tall, playmaker. I'd take him late in the draft. Absolutely.
Wide receiver one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would trade back with the Chargers for 6 and 37 in 2021, second and 37th overall to the Redskins for Trent Williams. So he's basically saying trade back with the Chargers for 6 with 37 second, and then I don't know what he's saying actually.
I think he's saying
It's hard to get it in a short period of spacing, and it looks jammed.
how old is Trent Williams though? 30?
30.
The trade is the first round. You trade, by the way, everybody out there, I'm sure you guys all do your mock drafts, right? And Marco and I were talking about this before we went live, that normally the mock drafts you can do are on the Draft Network and FanSpeak, right? But you can't do trades there unless you sign up and you pay. Well, I just discovered a new site.
What is it?
It's profootballnetwork.com. I don't know. Is my screen coming in kind of clear?
Hold on, I'm typing it up. Pro Football Network, okay.
And you just straight up click. I don't know why I said it like that, clack. And you can go start simulation. You pick your speed and everything like that. I'm the Giants, right? And then you hit start simulation. And then you go right here and it's trade. Proposed trade with the double arrows. And you click on that, which I'll do it backwards here. It's hard.
How many?
You pick the team you want to trade to.
How many rounds do you want to do? Let's do 3.
What are you talking about? What do you mean want to do? We're doing it live?
We're doing it live.
But we can't do the same draft. What are you talking about?
Let me see. Hold on.
Ye of
little faith. Let's try it.
And then you go here, and you can go ahead and trade the Giants 4 for the Dolphins 5, and then if you want to throw in number 56, like that, and propose that trade, and see what happens, see if they accept. Your trade, what does it say? Picks the trade, boom. And I just moved back one spot, cost me nothing, and I got a 56 number 56 overall.
Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen or no?
No. We've been over this, bro. I can't see your damn screen.
Oh my God. So Joe Burrow went, Chase Young went, Jeffrey Okudah went. We're at 4.
Trade with Miami.
All right, the post trade. Miami.
You can get their 56 for free.
Close out this ad.
I don't get ads.
Miami.
You're an amateur.
We're trading the 4th for the 5th.
Right, 4 for 5 and 56.
56? They're going to approve that. Let's try 39.
Yeah. They take 39 they won't do.
Confirm. No! That was
I told you, bro.
Because you went through it already. Miami.
But yo, look at how many picks I get this way.
4. I'm actually liking this actually.
4,
5,
look at this for a second. Look at all these trades I made.
Oh wait, cancel.
Those are all trades.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Why isn't it not there? That's just
I'm not looking. Hold on.
Wirfs, Ruiz, Chenault, Weaver, Noah, Lynn Bowden, Kyle Duggar, Chase Claypool. That's just in the top 99 picks.
We got a trade.
It goes here. Look how many trades I made, bro. This is ridiculous.
They took Tua. Oh my God, they took Tua. You want to trade back again?
If you could, dude, I'm telling you, I've traded where I've had, no joke, 9 picks in the first 100. 9 in the first 100.
Let's trade back one more time. Ready? All right.
For that, you can only get their 71.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's try the Chargers. They want a quarterback.
Quarterback.
Chargers. I'll give them the 5. We'll take their 6.
And 71.
71. Oh my God! Look at this. Back to Sim. Who are they taking? Who they taking? They took Herbert. Look at that. And this. Who else is 9?
I've never seen you so happy. Bro,
No.
is this coming in clear?
Hold on. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at you.
Well, look at me.
No. It's
That's not clear?
Here. It's not clear. I will make a whole bunch of people very happy and select Isaiah Simmons. Boom. That's how we get
Why would
Isaiah.
you do that?
And 3 other picks because I'm.
Bro, I right here have 930. Listen to the picks I was able to trade for. You listening? All right, he can't hear me.
I knocked my damn headphones off.
Through my masterful trades. Listen to me, Marco. Mm-hmm. I was able to secure 9, 36, 42, 69, 71, 72, 73, 99, 110, 113, 114. That's a Super Bowl right there. It is unrealistic, John May. It is unrealistic. That's why we're doing it. Anyway, you continue your little fantasy draft that nobody can see. And I'm going to talk some real football people. All right, here's my edge list, everybody, that you've all been waiting for. All right? Number 1, Chase Young. Number 2, Zach Bond. Number 3, Yetur Gross-Matos. Number 4...
Excuse me.
What? Oh. Number 4, my new boy, Jonathan Grenard. Number 5, Epinesa. 6, how do you say his name? Clevon Chaton?
I would Google that one, my friend.
You know the guy, LSU. Yo, Alabama's got 2 legit dudes too, in Lewis and Jennings. And then my boy Kenny Wilecki's and then Highsmith rounding out the top 10 with Anai and Weaver and Aquara after that.
What happened with your boy Bond?
Bond's my number 2.
2. Oh, 2, sorry.
Number 2.
Oh, L.I. Yankee King. He gives me Adreda.
He's got more math for us.
He'll send me an algebraic equation
Estelle.
Where we have to pick 53 players all in one.
Yo, Estelle, how are you? Simmons at 4. Yes, everybody thinks that, except probably me. O tackle, then edge. All right, so here's the issue with that. The O tackle you're trying to get. No respect for Clavon. He didn't even spell his first name right, so don't talk to me about no respect for Clavon. There's an apostrophe. Simmons at 4.
Where is the apostrophe?
It's after the K.
Okay, just making sure.
The offensive tackle at 36 is tough because now you're trying to bring in someone to protect Jones and to open up lanes for Saquon. That just might not be up to the task. And then if you're going to go with an edge in the 3rd round, that's the 99th pick. You're looking at guys like Kenny Wilecki's, guys that are almost similar to like O'Shane Zimenez, who are like, yeah, they're okay, but it's not going to be a force. I just want a damn force. Like, part of me just wants to go with the second best edge regardless, Marco.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, would you, even if Bond, if you think he's 15th in the draft, right? Here's kind of the conundrum. You with me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Here's the conundrum with taking, like, every way the Giants go, they're going to need more, and it's frustrating. If you take an offensive tackle, that's great. But by the time you get to that pick number 36, there's guys that are going to go, that second tier of edge are like going to go between 15 and 25. That by the time you get to 36, there's really no edge worth taking at that point because they're going to be gone. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. We have so many holes, and
No, but like what I'm saying is like further than that. It's like there's
Yeah,
huge tackles up front,
yeah,
and
the
then there's like
watering
these
down
edge
the further we
defenders,
go.
in the middle of the first draft,
Hmm.
and then it kind of starts to recycle itself later. So by 36, it almost doesn't make sense to take an edge because you're taking a guy that's like 50th ranked. Like you're kind of missing it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear
You don't
you.
want to take an edge at you don't want to take an edge at 4 because if Young is gone, most of those edges are between like 15 and 25. Those guys like Bond and Gross Matos and those guys. But then if you don't take one of those guys and you wait till 36 to take an edge, the next batch are kind of like in that 50 range.
Hmm.
So next thing you know, you're drafting an edge at 99, and it's like, So I don't know, man. Simmons is more of a force than these O tackles. You know, I don't know.
Did you watch that link I sent you?
Where'd you
On
send it to me?
this is
Just
like
now?
no, this was a few days ago.
Whoa, what'd you send me? That guy analyzing Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. And then I wrote back to the guy and I said, okay, but he still can't play run defense when the ball's coming right at him. And
Hmm.
what's the value of having one guy do all these things versus just having 4 specialists? Do we really know this? Can we quantify that other than saving money? If he's a pretty good safety and a pretty good linebacker and a pretty
Hmm.
good edge and all this stuff, or even really good, is it more valuable to have one guy who moves around and does these things, or is it just as valuable just to have one guy who does each thing? Eh,
No, I hear you. I'm trying to prepare you for when Gettleman is on the clock.
I know.
Just figured out his password. Time is running down, and he's not creative enough to trade down because he's never.
No, that's why you go OT and then center. Well, second round OTs ain't there either. That's fair, unless Joe. I mean, okay. What's your perfect realistic draft? First 2 rounds. Let me ask you that. Everybody out there, I want you to write this
Okay,
thing.
I'll give it to
Okay,
you.
what is your ideal first 2 rounds? Forget trading back. If assume they're not going to do that. Who we're going to get at 4? Who we're going to get at 36? That would make you the happiest, and it's got to be realistic. So let's not say Chase Young at 4. Let's not say Andrew Thomas at 36. Who do you got, Marco?
It would be. Oh, I don't want to take him so high. I would really put all the money on defense, and I would go. I would go Simmons and Bond.
Wow. Well, Bond's probably not going to be there at 36.
He can though.
I'm seeing him mocked at like 15 to 22. Like he's not
Really?
even pushing 30 anymore.
He was there.
He was.
Everyone, stop talking about it.
I think we single-handedly. Remember I came in a few weeks ago, I'm like, have you heard about this kid Bond? Next thing you know, he's flying off the shelves. What do we got? We got Simmons and center. Well, you got to say who the center is, but okay. Wide receiver. So no offensive tackles for made by kicks in the first 100 picks.
Simmons
Simmons,
and
Becton.
Becton.
Becton would be a reach at 36, but it's not impossible because they're saying his pass grade isn't that good. Um, Kicks said or Simmons and edge. So Kicks is not about the offensive tackle. He's like Daniel Jones, you're screwed. Saquon, you're
Thomas.
screwed. Thomas and Cesar Ruiz.
His idea is O line.
And I don't hate that. But God, the defense needs most of the help. Only I'd if we go OT first, I'm fine with that. What do you say, Marco? You said who
Simmons and
Simmons and
and
Vaughn?
Bond.
That'd be nasty though. But you can't disregard the offensive line, dude. You
Oh,
can't.
this guy's great. Someone corrected my spelling of QWERTY to Quaddy, like with a Boston accent. So Paisano 21, fellow Paisan. Excellent.
Depends, someone is going to slide from the first because someone reached Simmons and Becton. Right? It's not impossible, right? Like look last year, the number one tackle going into the draft was Jawan Taylor, and he went in the second round. So you don't ever know exactly what's going to happen. I swear I might be the only smart Giants fan, but holy blank, stop with the defense. It's fine for now. We aren't contending. Shut the bleep up about the defense. The defense that's been bottom 5 essentially for the past 5 years. We should shut the F up about that.
Justin.
I don't. I'll let you handle that one.
Were the Giants top 15 in scoring last year?
Were they?
I believe so. Were the Giants bottom 15 in defense last year?
Now, the only thing is, though, they did not improve their offense in the offseason. They did add pieces, whether you think they're the answer or not, to the defense. So the defense has been improved a little bit, right? You might not be in as much of a rush to get linebacker. You might not be in as much of a rush to get corner. I'm a little upset that you didn't ask me my perfect draft, but whatever.
And I'm not even going to go there with you. They added a decent corner. They added mid-tier linebacker and backup linebacker and 35 other backup linebackers.
That's last year with the dumbest coaches ever. The Giants defense has been abysmal for many years now under 3 different coaches. I don't know, Justin. I'm not sure. And since you're not going to ask, I'll just put it forward. Marco.
Where's that mute button? No, go
ahead. If you're gonna pull the Bond button and say that he's gonna be there at 36, I would have to say Thomas or Wirfs or Wills, whoever they think is number 1. Let's go Thomas and Bond. To me, that would be ideal. You can get a decent center at 99. Then you pick again at 110, I believe, at which point you can maybe bring in a wide receiver. And now you're talking about a much improved offensive line with basically bringing in 2 starters. You're talking about bringing in basically a receiver like Hodgins, whatever his name is, or one of the Johnson guys, Colin or Tyler. And I don't think Claypool will last that long. But because of DK Metcalf, everybody's like, oh, the physical guy with the tools who isn't really that smooth. Is he going to work? And then everyone sees DK Metcalf and like, okay, let's bring in Chase Claypool. But that's really where I would go. Now, if you got that, Marco, if you got your wish and got Simmons and then got Bond, where do you go 3?
I just did on your new mock draft.
Wait, let me just address Stanley. Tight ends kill us, Will. We need a linebacker. That's true. But you could potentially get that linebacker in the 3rd round. You could look at a guy like Joe Bacci. You look at a guy like Troy Dye. Simmons is so much better at covers than the other linebackers. Then you're talking about Murray and Queen. After that, I don't know that you're really seeing a much difference between doing it at 99 or 110 or 70, really. Marco, what are you saying?
So I just did your new love of Pro Football Network Mock Simulator.
Yeah.
And no problem getting Simmons and Bourne. So.
No, they have Bourne ranked 51, which is redonk.
Yeah. Also, you were aware.
I'm very aware. Trust me. I've spent many a night where my girlfriend's like, "Go to bed. What are you looking at?" And I'm like, "It's nothing dirty. It's the NFL draft."
So dirty.
Peppers as a coverage linebacker. I don't know what the Giants coaches have planned for that. I couldn't speak to that. I don't know. The new down at safety.
Considering that if what we were talking about, Bourne, Simmons, you're going to have to address the offensive line with a 3rd round pick then. And I'm not sure who. At that point, I'm taking best of that crossroad mix.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. It should be interesting, though. What are we, 2 weeks away?
Yeah, 17. No, 16.
What's the date? 20th?
16 or 15 days, something like that.
I still wouldn't put it past Gettleman to do something ridiculous, man. Because Marco, if he's really the man he says he is, and he's just going to take value, 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 value,
Mm-hmm.
then does that mean that if Joe Burrow falls to the Giants, he's going to take Joe Burrow? Or is he kind of going to have a little leeway on that, right? I did a draft recently where I did the Gettleman theory. And I said, well, if he's really just going to take the top ranked player at every position, no matter what they are, no matter what we need, and I just
Mm-hmm.
went through and took the highest ranked player that was left. And my draft had 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and 2 quarterbacks. So, I think there is some leeway here,
See what happens
hopefully.
when you auto draft.
So, I'm just saying. See, that's why it's a stupid idea, Giants fans. Let go of Isaiah Simmons. I do just think that Simmons is a great athlete and a very good football player, but I just don't know that he's necessarily what we need right now. I'd love to get him, but I would need to get him I'd need to get an offensive lineman in that first 4. I need one of those first 4 guys, or even Josh Jones, to be an offensive lineman, because we have so much depending on the offense, man. Our tackles are garbage. We have Jones, who needs protection. We can't have him fumbling like he did. We need to have a big year out of him, a big sophomore year. We got, Barkley, who's already in his 3rd season. We need to spring him open a little bit, right? So you got to plug in a couple linemen, man. I mean, I think the Giants are going to be in position to get a really good center if they want it at 36. They'll be able to get like the number 1 or number 2 center in the draft probably at 36. So maybe if the Giants say, hey, actually, Mark, that's an interesting way to look at it. What if the Giants just say, let's take Simmons, and then we'll just get we'll get a sick center at 36. The equivalent of what those big 4 tackles would be. You know what I'm saying?
That's a possibility. That's definitely
Um,
everyone seems to think it's going to be Cesar Ruiz. I haven't really seen a lot of him though.
he's one of the 4, right? Ruiz, and there's my boy. I call him Cereal Man, Cushenberry. Wasn't that a serial character at some point? He's supposed to be kind of a beast. There's a kid coming up, Nick Harris, and then there's another guy. Well, then Biads, whatever his name. What's his name? Biadis? I don't know how to hell you.
These are all centers.
Yeah. Biadc. It's like Haagen Dazs or something, how you spell it. But he's coming off an injury, so you don't know. Simmons, no matter what.
Where
Patrick, you don't care
where
about the offensive line? You don't want a sick edge rusher that's going to actually bring pressure? There it is right there. That's the name. Tyler.
badass,
Yeah.
badass.
Frankenberry. Oh, thank you. I thought it was Cushionberry. I appreciate it. My boy Matt Grimaldi. One of the oldest
Frankenberry.
pizzerias in the country. That's my boy, Cushionberry. They say he crushes people, man. I call him Cush.
So
Um,
I don't know if if you're going to take a tackle, I want it to be a left tackle, especially that high. At least at least it's not a guard. I don't think you should take guards super high. You know what I mean? Because there's 2 of them. It's basically the same position.
Patrick says, who's the edge rusher we could get? My calculation is there's a 9.75 chance that Chase Young drops to the Giants, so that's probably not going to happen. Edge rusher in the first round would be if you want to go first round edge rusher, then you'd be looking at a guy like Zach Bond, YGM, Yuta Gross-Matos from Penn State. Some guys say that Clavon Chason guy. I'm not a big fan of his. But again, most of those guys' value is somewhere probably in between 15 and 25. So to take them at 4 would be a bit of a reach. I don't think Gettleman would do it. In the second round, then you'd have to be real lucky to grab one of those guys. If one of those guys falls to the second round, you got to jump on it. If Bond or YGM drops to the second round, you got to just run to the podium or wherever they're gonna. Gettleman's got to run out of the toilet wherever he's doing his little virtual, his virtual
Flush. Flush. I
thing.
say that I am loving all the questions from Periscope. Usually they're quiet, but people seem to be jumping on.
Oh, that's what that little thing means? Yeah, I don't even know about that. I'm making fun of Gettleman. I forgot what Periscope looked like. You tell Gettleman to get Periscope, he literally thinks he has to get into a submarine. He's like, "Well, I don't see these online. Where's online? I don't see online."
Wait, are you on Periscope yourself?
Probably not. I don't even know what it is.
It's like a Twitter own. It's Twitter's streaming app.
No, I know, but I don't think no. Here is what you do: you flip Solder for a 37 from LAC to the Redskins for Trent Williams. Is that the same guy trying to make it easier for us?
It is. Thank you. No one is
Yeah,
taking up. That's another thing. So I do a lot of the Instagram questions and answers just to see what people have and stuff like that.
I like those too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So a lot of it on Instagram, a lot of people are really liking Chase Young. A lot of people are liking Isaiah Simmons, but I would say more than 10 people have asked me, "Are we going to trade up for Chase Young?" And I asked them, "What are we giving to trade up for Chase Young?" And their reply always seems to be Evan Ingram. And I'm like, how are we going to trade up Evan Ingram, who's currently, from what I know, 3 weeks ago was in a walking boot, hasn't played a full season yet, and they're going to give you the number 2 overall pick for Evan Ingram in the 4th? It's like never going to happen. Never.
Wait, do you think if Young is there, you take him? If there is a trade back, take it. Grab the best tackle if you stay, Patrick. I like your thinking. Darrell Taylor, I'm not really a huge fan of his. I think the underrated edges right now are Wilecki's and Greenard. At 4, take Simmons if Young is gone. Yeah.
If Young is there, take him. At 4? Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah, let me ask you this though, Marco. Would you, as a Giants fan, trade 4 and 36 for 2 and grab Young?
No. He's not Lawrence Taylor.
Oh. Yo, Giants fans out there, write to me right now with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Would you trade 4 and 36 to move up to 2 and take Chase Young? Yes or no? Because I think I might, dude. I know they need a lot, but
I don't know how to do an emoji with this app, but hold on.
All right, forget the thumbs up, thumb down. I'll know what you mean if you say yes or no.
Thumbs down.
The question is this though: Do you think the Redskins would? Wow, I'm getting crushed on this one.
The dumbest idea ever.
Justin has a lot of like evers that he throws in, I think. Matthew says yes. Would Washington do that?
Would Washington trade down?
Yeah.
For 2 and 36?
See, we're getting some yeses now. See, it's like a 50-50 at this point. What do you think? Would Washington trade to go to 4? They need offensive linemen, and then they can get 36. They'd be picking 34 and 36.
I think they could get better deal.
I'm not saying Washington would do it necessarily, but I'm saying, would you as a Giants fan? Would you guys swap 4 for 9 and Yannick in a freaking heartbeat? Because you can still get a top tackle at 9. That'd be great.
Yeah, I would too.
Justin, let's calm it down a little bit. All right, I can't take you seriously when you're just calling everybody stupid all the time.
Where's Justin? Oh, there we go. I see it.
David Harrison said "nop." He wouldn't even have time. He didn't have time to write the E. He was just like "nop."
Yes to the. Man, I can't believe people
But
would.
that's the thing, dude.
Sorry, I'm a blunt person. All right, I forgive you.
What? It's all good. It's all good. I was kidding around.
We're only
it's all
messing
good,
with you.
Justin. But listen. But then
He's
you're
not-
also taking Chase Young off. But listen to me. You're taking Chase Young off of Daniel Jones's ass for the next decade too.
That is very true.
Twice a year.
I don't know. I was thinking back, like trying to convince myself. Remember when I was in the phase of my life where I thought Chase Young would drop, or they would try to trade him down.
That was a big phase of your life. I had to talk you out of it.
That was a big phase.
I had to talk you out of it. I was a little.
But
crazy.
I was thinking all these premier can't miss guys, and they change the shape of franchises. They really don't. They give you maybe 1 or 2 wins a year.
Hold up. We got to address Patrick here. Lots of people are against the 4 for 9 and Yannick. I'm with you guys. That's the whole trade. You give up the 4, drop back to the 9, and get Yannick for it. So you still have the first round pick at number 9. That would be a godsend. You could take any offensive tackle. You could take 2 of those guys are still going to be there. Isaiah Simmons could potentially still be there. And you're getting like what would be the second best pass rusher probably in this class at what, 24 years old? 25? Who would say no to that? Moving back 5 spots for Yannick.
We're talking about a guy who is so active around the ball, causing fumbles and just havoc. Actually, you know what he does? That's amazing.
What?
He gets to the quarterback. He hits him. It's amazing. Not just pressure around him, but he's actually able to sack the quarterback.
What's that?
It's a crazy theory.
You're allowed to do that?
No, you are not. They're trying to change the rules.
Yo, somebody just wrote something that I wanted to more probable beat Clowney. Yeah, I don't think Clowney's happening right at this point.
Yeah, 4 and 9, and Yannick is.
He's no Leonard Williams.
That's Tim. Tim, how you been, Tim?
I can't imagine any Giants fan being against that. It's so stupid. Yeah, I'm so pumped for the draft, but I'm so scared too. I'm still scarred. Listen to me, Giants fans. I know Daniel Jones. A lot of people like him, and I'm neutral on him. I like him. He's fine. I don't like his little motion, his little offhand, and the way he throws. It doesn't look like he's very powerful. It's kind of wussy, but whatever.
No. He throws a beautiful ball. What are you talking about?
Listen to me. I'm still scarred. I'm still scarred from jumping up and down when the Buccaneers took Devin White. And me and my family and my friends, I don't even know I'm doing this. I only have one phone. And I'm there FaceTiming everybody that I know. And I'm going, we just got Josh Allen. We just got Josh Allen. And they go, with the numbers to expect, the Giants take Daniel Jones. And I drop my phone like Chaz Palminteri and the usual suspects. And I'm still scarred from that. Scarred from that. I still want Josh Allen. And we could have had Josh Allen taking whatever quarterback we want this year, basically. So what I'm trying to say is I'm nervous, Marco, for this draft. If Chase Young drops to the Giants, I think it's a 50-50 that they take him. I could see Gettleman just being like, nah, we need a wide receiver for Daniel Jones.
Back to reality. He's not dropping. You convinced me of this.
No. I did
he's
the
not
math.
Dropping.
There's a 9.75% chance he's dropping. I did that already. Do you know where I got that number? Because there's a 7% chance the Bengals take him. Fair?
Okay. Right.
I think there's a 65% chance Washington takes him. Because they could take Tua. They need offensive linemen. You never know. They could trade the pick. You think that's fair? Or you think it's higher than 65% that Washington takes him?
I think it's higher than that.
Okay. And then if he fell to Detroit, I think they would probably take him just because they'd feel pressure to take him. But there's still Isaiah Simmons and Okudah. I think there's a 70% chance of Detroit taking Young. And when you do the math on the 7% and then the 65 and the 70, you get 9.75% that the Giants get him. But I want to ask, what is this? Jones is good. He wasn't my pick. I wanted White. No, I'm saying I didn't want White. When White went to the Bucs, I thought we had Josh Allen. That Jones pick stung. It did. It's weird. I have a weird relationship, Marco. I like Daniel Jones, but I'm still
I like him too.
Hurt that they didn't take Josh Allen because I wanted him so bad.
So I heard a interview with Dave Gettleman who said passing up on Josh Allen was the hardest decision he's ever made as a GM.
Yeah. Besides New England and Manhattan clam chowder.
So it was difficult for him. I think Daniel Jones
didn't sign him
there
to
at
trade
17, but
Daniel Jones would have been there at 117. And then for Gettleman, the worst pick of the draft was taking Dexter Lawrence at 17. IDL was the only position the Giants did not need, and he takes a 500-pound guy who's going to have a 5-year really good NFL career with bad knees who got busted for roids already. And I love Dexter Lawrence. I do. But it's not the pick. It's just not the pick. You could have gotten an edge. You could have gotten an offensive lineman. Marco, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
And I have a question.
You see, people are peppering the the chat over here.
It's because when I get on a
just
roll,
dropping it.
It incites. Will, would you take a cheap flyer on Clay Matthews for his rushing skills and history with our two LBs? Can you explain that to me? I can't read and think of the same. I don't get what that means. Cheap flyer. What does that mean?
Would you sign Clay Matthews for a cheap deal, 1-year deal, to see if he has any to kick the tire?
Oh, with his history or whatever. Nah, you know, I wouldn't do it because this team is more than a year or two away. It's not like he's the final piece of the puzzle. Same reason I wouldn't take other certain guys. It's like it's just not worth it.
Washington wanted Jones.
Stanley, you're correct. Lawrence was a good pick. Lawrence is a very good player, not a good pick. They didn't need IDL. They have so many holes. It was the one place they had a lot, or at least some gumption.
Hey, but that's Gettleman's password. DT's.
I want to ask you something, Marco. What does Gettleman do in the draft?
He would select good players, not the correct players.
Thank you. Gettleman I say it every week. I'm gonna get a T-shirt. He drafts he drafts good players, but not the right players. So you can always go back and say, how can he rip on Gettleman? Dexter Lawrence had the second highest PFF for an interior defensive line, and the Giants suck. Marco, I got a question for you.
Oh my God! Someone asked the worst question in the world in the history of this.
What do you guys think is going on, Leonard Williams? Is there
there it is. There it is. It's the worst question in the world. Worst question in the history of the Giants. Worst question of this podcast.
I'll let you take that. I think Leo's the only subject that makes you more hot than me.
And Patrick is so correct because he knows that he's fuming that we traded for a guy just to squeeze the juice, the lemon, the rind, the peel, puppies, chowder, throwaway lines. Oh, how he was not fired. How?
Imagine if Gettleman watches us.
How? Oh, man.
Dave, if you're watching. Oh, I want to ask you a question about Gettleman's psyche.
Okay.
And I want everybody out there to talk.
Best player available. Go ahead. Done.
No. Here's what I want to ask you. There's two parts to the complex mind that is Dave Gettleman. Okay? There's three parts. There's the clam chowder, and then there's these two parts. Okay?
It's a majority.
Hear me out, Marco.
Majority.
He picked Lawrence, then traded for Williams. This is Gettleman's burner account. What up, Connor? All right, so here's the deal. Gettleman is all about best player and that talented guy that you can't pass up. Correct?
Correct.
Who is that in this draft at 4? Who's the guy that's the once in a generation, all this bullshit? Who's that guy that they all talk about?
Simmons.
Right. So he's the stud. Right. We saw it with Saquon. Whether you need him or not, if he's just that good, you can't pass up on the guy. Am I right?
Yeah, no, but I was trying to think what you were trying to think.
No. The other part.
I'm trying to think.
The other part. I'm scared it might take a Derek Brown too. The other part of Gettleman's brain.
Footnote that.
What?
That
Derek Brown?
About Derek Brown. That's
okay.
No, a little asterisk. Well, I'll get to that.
All right. Viewers, just stay with me. This is going to be worth it, I think. Gettleman's psyche hour here, okay? He's all about that guy that everyone talks about as being the guy who's got that amazing ability. Oh, my God, I never see anything like him. Okay? He took Saquon. We've seen that before, right? But he took Daniel Jones. His career is linked now to Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if his motivation in this draft is going to be stick to his guns, take that best player who you simply can't pass up, Simmons, or is his more of a motivation than that to protect his guy? To give Daniel Jones that left tackle, or even some rumors say that wide receiver, that can give Jones the great year so that Gettleman has another year and can say, see, I was right about Daniel Jones. Which motivation do you think is going on more in Gettleman's mind? Taking that iconic guy who you can't pass up or protecting his investment? What do you guys think out there?
I
What do you
think
think
I
Gettleman's
think
thinking? Is he thinking protect my boy Jones, or is he thinking I got to get Simmons? He's a juggernaut.
I think in his situation that he is right now, it's
Yeah,
self preservation.
right.
But I don't think he's going to do that. I think it would be self preservation, and he would take help for Daniel Jones, preserve himself. But how would you best help Daniel Jones? Is it
You're
attack
gonna say with
or is it a wide receiver?
they say protect Jones. He thinks Fleming and Solder are adequate tackles, unfortunately, and wants Simmons. He has never taken an offensive tackle in the first round. First round, go with the best player.
Oh, Tim. I want to get Tim on the
That's our boy Tim.
Yeah, that's my boy Tim.
What up, Tim? Tim from South Carolina or from New York? Which
North Carolina, I believe.
North Carolina. Sorry, I don't know if that's a big deal. So most people think he's going to say protect. He's a gambler. I'd say he goes to the best player and hope all goes well with the O-line. That's interesting. I'm glad I posed that question. Hopefully trades down. Correct.
So, Tim, he's never taken an offensive tackle and he's never traded down. So what does that all tell you that he's doing? If history repeats itself.
Simmons is the pick. Hey, Tim, Simmons is the pick, meaning you think Simmons is the guy, or Simmons is the pick, meaning you think that's who they're going to take? You go offensive tackle. People will split, man, but every prognosticator has two people. It's either Simmons or Wirfs. It's not even Simmons or OT. It's Simmons or Wirfs. That's it. I don't see anyone else taking anybody saying that they're going to take anybody but Simmons or Wirfs.
I see Thomas up there.
I've never seen any draft where the Giants are taking Thomas. You have?
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing a live draft right now. Talk to the people.
Okay.
I'm not trading down.
So here we go.
I'm doing a TDN mock. Because, oh yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, if you want to get a mock draft that you can do trades on, because I was dying to do trades, and Draft Network makes you pay for a subscription to do trades, as does Fanspeak. Go to, just put in mock draft machine. First thing pops up is Draft Network. Oh, I love you guys, Draft Network. Second one is, I do. The third one is from Pro Football Network, and they allow you to do trades. And that's really, really cool and really, really interesting.
For free.
Everyone else works as a liability, a tackle. So if anyone doesn't know, I've done a lot of film work on the 4 tackles. And right now, Andrew Thomas is the best. He has the best technique. He's got long arms, big hands. He sticks to guys. He puts a hat on people. Marco, you know I love his aggressiveness. He's legit. The only question is he physically, 5 years from now, going to be as much of a beast, or is he kind of peaking now? I don't know. The other guys, to me, need a little bit more refinement. They need a little bit more work. Wirfs doesn't always put a hat on people. I love what Andrew Thomas is all about right now. And, he's 6'5", 312, 315. It's not like he's a small guy, but I like Thomas. I'm doing a mock right now. My mock. Can you see this?
Let me look. Hold on. Yes.
All right, here it goes. Here it goes. Here comes Andrew Thomas. Now let's see if I can get Bond at 36. Let me see who's available for my defense at 36. I like that, Connor. It has me think. Everyone's saying Eric Flowers, but was Flowers like a 3-year starter at like a top? Where did Flowers go to school?
Florida.
I don't know, man. Thomas is. It's Georgia. It's.
No, he didn't go to Florida. Attitude. He went to Miami.
Yeah, but by the time he was going to Miami, were they playing top-notch competition like Georgia is for these past few years?
Oh, thank you, Tim. Tim with the correction. Can't even let me get it in, huh?
See, this is where I'm screwed because I took offensive linemen and all the good defensive players are gone by 36. And now it's like, what the hell do you do? You just take the best center available and then try to grab your pass rusher in the third round.
Where has the whole Bleed Big Blue crew been at? Quarantine, my friend. Quarantine.
Yeah. What's going on with the quarantine, man?
Oh my god. I don't.
You must be beat saving lives. Ruiz,
If you buy a jersey,
if you had to buy a jersey of a current defensive player right now, who would it be? On the Giants?
Tim, I'm here. We know Tim. Let me block that guy. I do not buy current jerseys. It's a pet peeve I have.
Yeah, my only jersey is a Taylor. But if I had to buy one from a current,
It would be Joe.
maybe just a love and try to get chicks. Nah, it would be Mayo because I'm white. I'm trying to think of reasons.
That's what I would get. Mayo.
I don't know who I would take, man. Either Dexter Lawrence or Peppers or just go on the Bradbury train quickly. People are scared. That's true. People are just scared. I think he means scarred, but either way, people are afraid. Because who are the last 2 tackles we took? Flowers and what's his name?
Short
Short
arms.
arms. Puig. What the hell was his name? Yasier
Yes.
Puig? No.
Justin Pugh.
Pugh. Right.
Leonard Williams all day.
Oh my god.
Where the blood pressure medication? Reese picks.
I'm taking Cushionberry number 2.
Second round.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to take a pass rusher. I hope my boy Grenard is there, but it's probably gonna be my boy Kenny Willekes.
Right.
What do you think of Martinez?
One more. Hold on. Maybe because we are live, it would happen.
All right, people out there, I got Andrew Thomas at 4. I took Cushionberry, Frankenberry at 36. Who do I take at 99? Tight end Bryson Hopkins. I'm not going to give you an option for another offensive tackle. We can go with a secondary player. I can grab Troy Dye at linebacker, or I could take a best remaining edge. Who should I take? Yeah, Connolly was legit. I was liking Connolly. CB or wide receiver. Edge. We're not going to take a linebacker. Murray's real good. I was in love with Murray for a while, but then I saw that if you look, not that PFF is everything, but they have him rated like as like the 66th ranked
Timmy.
linebacker or some crazy thing.
Tim, I'm giving
Tim
you
joining us.
We
don't need CB. I like you. Oh.
I'm giving you the call to see if it works. Hold on, 5.
Who's the best wide receiver I could grab right here? KJ Hill in the 3rd round, and then just worry about defense another time. It's so hard. I'm taking my edge. I like Kenny Willekes. I'm going to take him. We don't need a linebacker. We have enough. Justin, the only issue is, do we have linebackers who can cover underneath receivers, tight ends, and running backs out of the backfield?
Timmy!
I'm not sure that we do.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear him? Will.
I heard his first hello.
Will couldn't hear me.
I don't hear him anymore. Do the viewers hear him?
So it's a one-sided conversation.
Yeah. Does everyone hear Tim? I hear him. But you can't hear him, huh?
I cannot.
They can't hear me,
Can you
or
read this?
Will can't hear me.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out.
Can you read this?
No, only Will can hear you. Everyone else can hear you. Look at that.
Oh, awesome.
Why can?
Hey, if they hear him, it's fine. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear him anyway.
Dating kind of thing? I don't know.
Yo, Donnie,
No.
Michael, Patrick, can you guys see this?
Let me try to figure it out, Tim. Well, able to get you on. I'm not sure why you can't hear him. I don't know. So, Tim, what do you you're still team Isaiah Simmons, or what's going on? What are you currently thinking?
What am I currently thinking at what? With the draft picks?
Yeah.
It's going to be Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't trade down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they trade down, there's a possibility we still get Simmons anyway. But the way I look at it is, like, McShay was just talking, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, that Simmons, Okuda, Chase Young, and Derek Brown are, like, the 4 elite prospects that are head and shoulders above everybody else
Mm-hmm.
that are non-quarterbacks. So, more than likely, the way Gettleman goes, we'll get Derek Brown. But now I'm seeing Simmons. I'd be fine with that because honestly, you can get another offensive tackle in the second, even the third round.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think we need a center more than we need a tackle right now, and we do need a tackle, and we do need to replace Solder. But I think this draft is deep enough with offensive linemen that we can actually grab somebody later. What would be awesome is if we traded back.
Will.
Still got
What?
traded back in the Chargers.
I'll text you.
Still got Simmons.
Go ahead.
I said the best ideal scenario is like trade back with the Chargers to the 6. Still get Simmons. Have 2 second round picks. Then you just grab like one of the tackles and a center right there. Because the centers are solid too. There's 4 elite centers, but they'll go probably late first, early second.
All right. I'm not sure why Will can't hear you.
Okay.
I told him to maybe go on to if he goes on the YouTube video, then he'll be able to hear you. But I think it'll be like 2 seconds late. 2 seconds late.
That's fine.
But Tim talks so slow, you'll probably just catch right on.
I'm from New York. He's from the South. Well, it should match up perfectly.
Ah,
I was just gonna troll you guys, but it's fine.
yeah.
I
A lot of
was
people were
just
like,
a troll.
a lot of people's like, "Where's Tim? Where's Tim? Where's Captain Negative?" We told you.
Yeah, where's Captain Negative is a morning person.
Exactly. 5:00 in the morning. I have 500 messages from him on how we're falling apart, and he's in bed by 7. All right, Tim.
If you want to start like printing out our chats first thing in the morning,
Right.
and then people could be involved. Because we have to have the argument. If he catches me just at the right time,
Tim,
we have to
can you
argue
hear
for
me?
an hour. And I know he doesn't just do it going into work.
He can hear you. Yeah.
I can hear it on delay right now on YouTube, but this is going to drive me freaking
Awesome. Well, I can't hear him,
insane,
but
so-
I can. It's all right.
Yeah.
I miss his voice though.
The delay is going to be annoying. I don't know why you can't hear him. It should work, no problem.
Yo, everybody, I'm getting ready to write my draft in the thing.
All right, so what are we getting into now?
We are so. I think it's going to be. Well, let me ask you, Tim. Your honest opinion. Do you think that now that the draft is going completely digital and Gettleman is going to be on like an island by himself, you think that's?
Mm-hmm.
You think it's? Am I being like a Gettleman hater, or is realistically there chances I think to screw this up?
Well, what they were saying on NFL Network literally tonight was literally the way they're doing the draft is really the way they've always done the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Other than everybody being at home. And let's put it this way: you can't tell me we can't throw an IT kid over to Gettleman's house to set up everything, which he's not setting up anything.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not like he's gonna be by himself, and it's not like he can't do anything. Plus, they said they're on a conference call with the whole league is on a conference call during the draft. So it's not gonna be anything different. It's just the spectacles are gonna be there, and actually, Twitter won't be ahead on the draft this year, unless somebody hacks. Unless somebody hacks.
Somebody meaning New England, your favorite.
Well, I know John Harbaugh's worried about it, so I wouldn't be surprised if Patriots were in on it.
So crazy.
But we're good. I think we're in a great spot. I mean, I really think we can't go wrong no matter what we really do as far as the pick. As long as he doesn't pull something out of his ass that we're like, what? Pulling a Daniel Jones again. But he at least was right.
Well, so far he was right with Daniel Jones.
Well, that's everybody's like giving up on Daniel Jones. I'm like, what did Daniel Jones do this past season that everybody's like, I don't think he's the guy. Yeah, he fumbled. He was also getting hit a lot. But he also, and by the end of the year, he was putting two hands on the ball and he wasn't fumbling. And the way I look at it is, the question I was trying to say was earlier was Tua. Would you take Tua or Herbert over Jones right now?
Would I take Tua or Herbert over Jones?
Yeah.
I wouldn't take Tua because his injuries scare me. And Herbert, I really liked Herbert last year when he was originally thought to come out.
Yeah.
He probably should have came out. He would have been drafted much higher. But no, I like Daniel Jones. I'm confident with that.
And that's the way I look at it is, first of all, Herbert, same thing. I was like, okay, Herbert's, but he showed me he didn't want to come out early. As far as I'm concerned, he was scared to come out. And didn't want to play for us. Probably New York thing. Who knows? But that's where everybody thought he was going. And he didn't come out for that whatever reason he had. So he's off my board.
I am talking to the people that create this program that we're using, saying an hour and 27 in, and the audio can't be heard on a shared audio on a shared screen cannot be heard universally. Can you help?
Too bad.
Thank you.
I'm doing fine.
They're like, have you turned it off and on?
I've never been happier.
Boom. There we go. Tweet sent. Oh, if this actually works where Will could hear, where we could all hear each other, then I would be a very happy boy.
What's the deal? Can you hear me, Marco?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
All right. You just ignoring me?
Yep. No. What were you saying? Tim can hear you too.
Tim, it's always me that can't hear people.
I can hear you. Are you, Mark? I can't hear Will.
Oh, you can't hear Will?
I never could. I never could hear Will.
Oh, you couldn't?
No.
But you can now?
No, he said he can't hear you. Up and try to figure that out later, all right?
All right, man.
All right, talk to you later, bro. Me and you are back. We're here. How's your draft going?
All right. My draft's going okay. I got Andrew Thomas at 4. I got Cushenberry at 36. I got Kenny Wilecki's at edge at 99, which is pretty good value, but not really the edge answer. I got Troy Dye, inside linebacker, who can cover a little bit at 110. I got Isaiah Hodgins, wide receiver, 6'4", at 150. I took Parkinson, the tight end, at 183. Carter, safety. Hill, corner. We got all these late round picks. I kind of wanted to take a kicker with that last pick because I'm not fully trusting Rosas.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, he's all right. Aldrich Rosas.
He had a tough year last year. He missed like a bunch of kicks and extra points and everything, man.
Yeah, the Giants had a tough year last year in general. Tim said big delay on YouTube. Yeah, it's probably like more than 10 seconds, I think. I just got your text.
Yeah, you want to get some last minute questions here from the viewers?
Yeah. I think
Yo, hit us up. Hit us up with your last second questions. We're probably gonna wrap this up. I turned into a pumpkin at midnight, so. By the way, Marco, I was trying to tell you every night at 7:00 we all head out the window here. We're out the window. We're clapping. We're cheering for the healthcare workers. We're ringing cowbells, all that stuff. I've been putting it up on social, and I yelled your name out a couple times. You know, I host the show for a company called Bevy, and I've been shouting you out on there too. So thank you for all your help, man.
Tell me about Bevy. It's wine and liquor delivery.
It's an adult beverage delivery system. BEVVI. Get Bevy is their handle on everything. And yeah, myself and my lovely girlfriend, who I'm currently quarantined with and loving every minute of it. King.
You guys.
No, I'm kidding. But we host it for like a half hour. We just kind of drink some stuff, cocktails. We talk about the quarantine. We keep you company. We rock out to some 90s music. It's a fun time. So follow Get Bevy.
And you do this, you're doing it on Instagram?
Instagram Live, YouTube Live.
Can I come on?
Yeah, if you can talk. Our audience isn't a sports audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cocktail-y, female-y type of, no offense, there's a lot of cool female sports fans, but in general, we probably wouldn't be talking Giants. We'd be talking like what you're drinking. But actually, I was thinking, I do have you on my list of potential guests because I would like to talk to you about some of the...
potential guests?
The COVID stuff, and whatever.
Yeah, no, I could definitely come on. I was, prior to being a nurse, I actually was a bartender. That's how I paid for it.
Hey!
So, might be a fit.
There you go. Might be a fit. Anybody else? What do you got? You guys touched on Derek Brown. I just don't want to talk about IDLs. But go ahead. Hit me with it. What do you think? Just give me some shitty news to end the night. Go ahead.
So before the whole quarantine happened, the whole lockdown of where they weren't sending scouts or anything or anyone, they had a full squad go down to see Mr. Brown. We're talking Patrick Graham, multiple line coaches, whole deal, only to see him.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And that's a fact.
I'm telling you right now.
And on top of that, I also saw a few reporters at the time, like Bucky Brooks, which is an amazing name. A few of them actually have the Giants selecting him at 4.
Bucky Brooks sounds like the name, like the titular character of like a bad Adam Sandler movie. If we miss out on Simmons, trade down. We won't miss out on Simmons unless Detroit takes him, which it probably won't. Simmons trade down with the Raiders, 12 and 19, or 9 and 20. I'd rather have 9 and 20.
I am getting so antsy. I'm trying not to touch my face or sneeze or do anything like that on the on the stream for everyone thinking I'm gonna have like some catching some shit. But I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, man. We got to do a couple more though before the draft. So what do you think the Giants pick is going to be Let's just say it for here. What do you think? What's your mock draft right now? Give me your top 5 right now. The top 5 in order, starting with the Bengals, of what you think's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to be anything out of the ordinary.
So Burrow, Young,
Okuda. I think trade back.
You think Detroit trades back with who?
I would say Miami for Tua.
But wasn't that Miami Tua meeting supposedly that was super cold and they walked out of there hating each other?
I heard something similar, but I don't know if that's smokescreen season.
All right, so trade back.
So Herbert Tua, maybe if they hate him, I don't know.
I don't know.
Seeing you yawn is gonna make me yawn. Then we got Simmons at 4.
That's what you think the Giants are gonna do.
Yeah.
And then 5,
probably
Okuda.
Okuda will go. The Giants suck at smokescreen. That is true. Actually, that is something to note. Both of Dave Gettleman's draft, every beat writer picked who they were going to take the morning of the draft.
It's true.
I would say majority, just to be very accurate.
So you think they're going Simmons? That's interesting.
Well,
I think that. What's up?
We would have to see how the tides are going on that morning.
If they get any pick in, I'll be happy. If Gettleman at least just can hit the button.
Where's the draft button? There.
I mean, they're still gonna be calling in the pick, right? It's not gonna be literally digital. They'll be talking to somebody.
Yeah, he's gonna pick it up. He's gonna be like, yeah, or whoever the.
He could just make up whatever shit he wants because it's not gonna be written down anywhere.
When is your next Bevy live stream?
Probably going to be Friday or Saturday around 6:00.
I'm working both days.
You're just going to invite yourself on our next show?
Yeah, it's just that's how you.
Or just to watch the next show.
No.
You'll be on it.
Have a nice repertoire going.
Right.
Yeah,
but you still haven't even asked me who I think the Giants are going to pick. You don't reciprocate very well. I'll ask you questions when my ego wants you to ask me the question back.
Okay.
And you just don't reciprocate.
That's how it goes. So you want me to layer it down? You already told me 12 times how you think it's going to go.
I did? Who do I think they're going to pick?
You told me Simmons.
I did?
Bottom left-hand corner, go to the rewind button. I will give you a chance to clarify. Go ahead, clarify.
I don't know.
All right.
Simmons or works. They're supposed to be in love with these guys. I don't know as of right now. I guess I probably would say the Giants are going to take Simmons because Gettleman just can't. Mm-hmm. He can't see a shiny thing and not grab it. He's like Abu in the freaking Cave of Wonders.
It's like
he sees a shiny thing. He grabs it, and then the entire cave comes. Unfortunately, there's no magic carpet or genie that's going to save the Giants, but the genie's name is Chase Young. All right.
That's it?
Yo, fans, honestly, you guys are awesome. You're writing, sticking all the way through. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Marco's the man, and yeah, this has been fun. It's, hopefully we can make the draft like a really amazing thing, right? Maybe some amazing things can happen. We can come out of that draft saying, holy crap, we filled this hole. We got that big time playmaker. They did this correctly. That was smart. I feel pretty good. Let's go 8-8 this year and see what happens after that.
If the Giants come out with Yannick and maybe a Thomas, and that's it, I'd be a happy man.
As long as I just think with the first pick, Gettleman's either going to go with an interior defensive lineman or like a long snapper from New Mexico State, and that's my final answer.
I would probably be okay if he says the names Simmons, Wirfs, Thomas, Okuda.
I'll be fine. I'll be
Don't-
fine. I'm just so scared of that other crap he pulls.
Don't just don't come along with like some name like. Don't reach at 4 for someone like.
I know. I'm so scared he's just gonna go. I'm flinching. Like when the pick comes, I'm gonna be flinching.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying? That they're gonna say Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb or Derek Brown or like something just weird like Christian Fulton or just some random thing, and you're like, wait, what?
What are your actual plans for the draft?
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna be. Well, we're probably gonna be sitting here quarantined. What the hell plans?
Oh, that's right. Oh my god. What?
But you better not be working because we're gonna do a live thing here.
Oh shit! I didn't even see if I am working.
Can we do live here?
Yeah, I've gone live audio version online. I gotta check out that Zoom stuff because I see people doing like 55 different screens up.
Yo, maybe we can hack into the Giants Zoom and pick for them.
Yeah, there we go.
He could be the one, dude. We're so afraid.
I already know the password.
We know his password.
Boom, right there, straight across.
Dude, we're so afraid of someone else hacking Gettleman. We could hack. I got some smart friends that could hack in. By the way, the Giants have like the smartest team in the NFL. Right? The moves they've made lately, they brought in a Princeton coach, a Yale coach, a Duke quarterback, and 2 guys from Stanford.
Yeah, no, those are all great schools.
You know? They're going to be, sipping tea.
Stanley Albert, we could Zoom.
Stock market.
We could do a Zoom.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to teach me a little Zoom.
It's only 40 minutes, right? And then you have to pay for the account to go over 40 minutes. So
I think that's like porn websites.
Oh.
No, that's Boom.
40 minutes. 40 minutes. Minute.
Hey, I know how you roll.
Minute tops.
Yeah, listen. How'd you like free agency? Underwhelming, but maybe okay. Let's do a live for draft night, at least for the first round, and we'll see how it go. And if we don't jump off a building, we can go second night too.
Yeah, I'll look into the Zoom thing. Oh my god. They're going to hack all our information, Zoom, and they're going to know that I like to go to certain websites that I maybe shouldn't mention.
What, like Jets.com?
Yep.
All right.
How did you know?
Let's call this thing.
What about call-ins like last year? We'll see. We will see.
If we get the tech right.
Yeah, I just texted them seeing, hey guys, what's going on?
You got friends over there? You got boys over there?
Via the Twitters. All right.
All right, Marco.
Thank you for coming on. It's been a while. Most likely we'll be able to do another one next week. If not, I'll try to get something up anyway. It's been crazy.
Just do it live from the hospital.
Right.
Already have a long
Be like,
snapper.
hey,
Is that guy referencing?
hey, guy.
Is Estelle referencing the long snapper joke I made like 17 minutes ago?
Probably.
All right, guys.
So everyone on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Oh my god, how did I forget Facebook?
Facebook.
Thank you.
Instagram.
You can follow me at Bleedbigblue on all these. You probably already are following me if you're listening in, hopefully. If not, subscribe to those things. Will at Will Presty on Twitter. Also
and Instagram, yeah.
All the other companies that we mentioned are not sponsored, anything like that. We just like to tell you what we're up to. And that's it.
All right, let's go. Let's get some momentum going into this draft.
All right.
Salute.
Peace out, everyone.